Well, today I'm making the wax, hard wax for my table that just finished a couple days ago. And to do that, I have my formula here that you'll get to see that I've been refining. So I'll be using this formula, but instead of using boiled linseed oil, I'll be using Danish oil, which is a mixture of linseed oil with urethane already. So I don't have to be putting the two separate things. So that's why I am using the Danish oil for that. And then I'll be using beeswax and carnauba flakes and mineral spirits. Now to do this, I probably gonna have to use turpentine, or no, maybe I'm just gonna make it all mixed together with putting it on this bowl. So while this reaches the temperature of boiling, right now I have the water boiling 160 degrees. I'll be preparing all my material in these glasses. So following with the formula, I'm going to start uh, measuring some of the material, and I'm just going to put the stove a little bit at a lower temperature so I don't get to burn my utensils. So my formula calls for Danish oil, this guy don't make it that easy to open. Let's just read the material, and I'm gonna go and put the first 7 ounces. I'm using 213 grams of Danish oil. And then I'll be using, the next thing is beeswax. So I'll be using 57 grams of beeswax. Now this is carnauba, so I guess the beeswax are here. This is the beeswax. So I'll be using beeswax 57 grams. Grams beeswax. I'll be putting there. I'll put this a little bit separate before it catches fire. And then this is for the beeswax. See the carnauba wax. We're going to be using another carnauba wax. We're going to be carnauba flakes. We're going to be using 14 grams. Very little of this one. That is 14 grams of natural carnauba wax. I'm gonna be mixing this. Then we have to add is mineral spirits. Okay, so that's all the beeswax, carnauba wax, and now we need to add the mineral spirits, 71 grams of mineral spirits. And instead of using mineral spirits, as you can see, I am waiting for all of them to dissolve. So that's what I gotta wait for now. You don't need to see me, you just need to see the cooking. I have a thermostat to check the temperature on the product inside and see what temperature we have as a melting point of this formula. Well, apparently the mix has been done. Now you can see how clear or how we have melted this product. Okay, we're gonna leave it like that so it can cool down a little bit. I'm gonna be adding a little bit of turpentine to add a little bit of flavor. And for so I'm gonna be using 75 grams of turpentine. Seventy-one grams of turpentine. This turpentine Okay, and now we're going to put it on our containers. I'm just going to turn this thing off. Okay, now we're going to let these guys cool. Then we'll see how they look for tomorrow. I might probably put them in the fridge once they cool a bit more. I know that I do have to cover them. These leads have their own seal. So the process that you saw is to make these 4 cans. Okay, and they were made using carnauba wax, beeswax, Danish oil, and I added a little bit of turpentine. So these were the products used to make this paste. Okay, it was Danish oil, turpentine, carnauba wax, and white beeswax. So with these 4 products, we have made these 4 jars of mix that we will see tomorrow how they look. Right now, as you can see, I just speeded up the process by putting it inside the refrigerator, and you can tell how they have become now after probably around 10 minutes in the fridge. Right here, and then I open one so you can see what's the consistency. I think that I like this consistency, and this is what I'm going to be using on my table, the coffee table that I built last week. So the next video will see how we apply this product. For now, today's video was about making your own wax, and I did this one because last time I used Rubio monocoat, and that Rubio costed me around 60 bucks, 60 bucks. You can see I still have one more box over here. Okay, yes, right here. This is the box of little teeny can of Rubio monocoat that I bought. See, I bought this one to make the top of one of my countertops, and it was, like I said again to you, it costed me around $60. And you see, it's just a small can, or like this one, and with a accelerator. So that is the Rubio monocoat oil plus with accelerator. I did one coat on one of my pieces of furniture, and so this is what I'm doing now. I'm making my own hard wax, and we'll see how they work. We're gonna keep monitoring so we can have our own homemade product for our furniture. Thank you for watching. This is the formula that I have used today, January 10th, 2026. You can see Danish oil, 217 grams, beeswax, 57 grams, carnauba flakes, 14 grams, and turpentine, 71 grams.